Longtime pollster Jan Selzer is not renewing her contract with the Des Moines Register's Iowa poll.
People across the country often refer to Selzer's polling as the gold standard because of her long record of accuracy. But her last poll pictured here of the presidential race was a major miss. It shows Kamala Harris ahead of Donald Trump in Iowa days before the election.
KCCI's chief political reporter Amanda Rooker talked with Selzer today about why she's stepping away from the Iowa poll. Amanda?
Well, Stacey and Ben, Selzer says she actually told the Des Moines Register more than a year ago that she would not renew her contract. She says this decision has been in the works for a while, but she does acknowledge the timing of all of this just 2 weeks after releasing that poll that was significantly off. But she says correlation is not causation.
It clearly wasn't the way I imagined this might be.
After roughly 3 decades of work, pollster Jan Selzer is stepping away from election polling.
What was it that led you to want to step away?
It wasn't any one thing. I have worked with wonderful clients. The work itself is very intense for a period of time, and the number of hours that go into it, it just carves out whole chunks of my calendar to do it.
Her decision comes after her final poll of the presidential race showed Kamala Harris leading Trump in Iowa days before the election. Donald Trump went on to win the state by 13 percentage points.
Embarrassing is a strong word, but I don't know a better word for it. It's a difference. It's a miss. It's a spectacular miss. And I've never seen anything like it in my experience of 30 years worth of polling.
Trump criticized Selzer on social media Sunday, writing that her poll, quote, caused great distrust and uncertainty at a very critical time, that she may have committed, quote, possible election fraud, and that, quote, an investigation is fully called for. Selzer calls Trump's comments mean-spirited and says he's accusing her of a crime without any evidence.
So the idea that I made up data is there certainly isn't any piece of evidence that would suggest that. And there's evidence to the contrary that I used the same method that led to our poll showing leads that were highly accurate the first 2 times that Donald Trump ran in Iowa.
Selzer says she's used the same polling methodology since 2008, when she correctly spotted a surge that propelled Obama to victory in the Iowa caucuses. As other pollsters changed their process over time, Selzer stuck to hers.
There was no urge to change because it had worked with remarkable accuracy before that. But, you know, I said one day it won't work, and then my poll will blow up and land in little sparkles across the city of Des Moines. Well, it wasn't that dramatic, but what I foretold could happen did happen.
Following Selzer's announcement, the executive editor of the Des Moines Register, Carol Hunter, released a letter from the editor. She writes, quote, "We recognize the need to evolve and find new ways to accurately take the pulse of Iowans on state and national issues. Our intention is to reimagine how to best capture public sentiment and opinion among Iowans to provide valuable and accurate insight into legislative issues and politics." Ben.
Okay, Amanda, thank you.